I rented a Lamborghini for 24 hours, and the experience was unlike anything I had ever imagined. From the very moment I walked into the luxury car rental showroom to the second I handed the keys back, it was an emotional roller coaster filled with adrenaline, excitement, nervousness, and pure joy. And the story of this unforgettable day begins with my anticipation building up for weeks as I scrolled through countless pictures and videos of Lamborghinis online, imagining what it would feel like to sit behind the wheel of such a legendary supercar, to hear the roar of the engine, and to feel the power surge through my hands and feet as I pressed the accelerator. And when the day finally arrived, I could barely sleep the night before, waking up early and dressing like I was going on the most important date of my life. Because in a way, this was my date with a machine that symbolized speed, status, and engineering perfection. And as I walked into the showroom, my heart skipped a beat. When I saw the bright, sleek, low-slung Lamborghini waiting for me, its sharp angles, aggressive stance, and glistening paint job making it look more like a spaceship than a car, and when the rental agent handed me the keys, it felt like he was passing on a royal crown. Because at that very moment I wasn't just a normal driver anymore, I was about to experience life on the fast lane. So I opened the scissor door slowly, carefully slid into the plush leather seat that wrapped around me like a cockpit, and I pressed the start button, instantly unleashing a thunderous growl that reverberated through the entire room and sent chills down my spine. And with a nervous smile I shifted into drive and rolled out of the garage, trying to get a feel for the car while also keeping my composure. Because let me tell you, driving a Lamborghini is not just driving, it is a full-body experience where every sense is heightened, every sound amplified, every movement magnified. And as I eased onto the open road, the stares from pedestrians and other drivers were immediate, people pointing, smiling, pulling out their phones to take videos, some even shouting compliments as I cruised by, and the surreal realization hit me that for these 24 hours I was the center of attention everywhere I went, almost like a celebrity in disguise. Yet what truly mattered was not the attention but the connection between man and machine. Because as soon as I pressed the accelerator harder and the Lamborghini leapt forward with a burst of raw, untamed energy, I realized that this car was not just about looks, it was about performance on a level I had never experienced. The way the engine screamed as it climbed through the revs, the way the dual-clutch gearbox snapped through gears with lightning precision, the way the steering felt razor-sharp, and the way the car hugged the road like it was glued to it, giving me the confidence to push further and faster while still knowing I had to respect the beast beneath me. And I drove through city streets, highways, and countryside roads, each environment offering a different flavor of the Lamborghini experience. In the city it was about the presence, the way the car reflected neon lights and drew crowds at stoplights. On the highway it was about speed, the way the car effortlessly surged forward past everything else like they were standing still. And on the winding country roads it was about handling, the thrill of carving through corners with precision, the tires gripping, the suspension adapting, and the sound of the exhaust bouncing off the trees around me. And throughout the day I made stops at gas stations where people approached me to ask about the car, take pictures, and even ask if they could sit in it. And while I politely declined letting strangers drive, I did let a few sit in the passenger seat to share the thrill of starting it up. Because the joy of a Lamborghini is something meant to be shared, not hidden. And I also stopped by some iconic locations to take pictures and record clips for memories, because I knew this experience, although temporary, would live in my heart forever. And as the hours passed, I started noticing not just the thrills but also the challenges of Lamborghini ownership, from the constant attention to the low ground clearance that made every speed bump feel like a potential disaster, to the fuel gauge dropping faster than I could imagine, to the tight storage space that barely fit anything. But honestly, none of these drawbacks could take away from the pure thrill of driving such a machine, because in those moments I wasn't worried about practicality, I was living out a dream. And as the sun set, I decided to take one final spirited drive on the highway, pushing the car harder than I had all day, feeling the acceleration pin me to the seat, the wind rushing around, the sound of the V10 engine screaming in harmony with my racing heart. And it was at that moment that I fully understood why people fall in love with supercars, because it's not just about the speed or the brand or the price tag, it's about the feeling, the sense of being alive, the sense of breaking free from ordinary life. And as the night rolled in and I parked the car under the city lights for one last photo shoot, I sat inside for a while, the engine off, the cabin silent, just soaking it all in, reflecting on the whirlwind of emotions I had experienced in the last 24 hours. And when it was finally time to return the keys, I felt a bittersweet mixture of gratitude and sadness, because while I was sad to let go of the car, I was deeply grateful for the chance to live the dream, even if only for a short time. And as I walked away from the showroom, I realized that renting the Lamborghini for 24 hours wasn't just about driving a fast car, it was about creating a memory that will last forever, about understanding the power of dreams and the joy of chasing them, about proving to myself that sometimes in life, It's worth going out of your way to experience something extraordinary, even if just once, because those moments are what make life exciting. And now whenever I hear the roar of a Lamborghini on the street or see one pass by, I won't just be admiring it from a distance, I'll be reliving my own day with one, remembering the way it felt to hold the steering wheel, to hear the exhaust echo, to feel the power under my control, and to know that for one incredible day, I was the driver of a Lamborghini.